What's up, duders? Welcome back to another one. This is Dockington. Yeah, this is a video I want to talk about A1 that was on Friday. Aerial A1, the opening round of the Supercross season. As you can see, I'm really consistent already. Very, very good at this game. So I cast EU, which obviously means means I wasn't able to race, so I was too busy doing a little casting for watching the boys rip it up on 10,000 E Road and with respawn delay. So that was cool. But what we did is when the track dropped, I had my boy Big Old Country in a server, and while he was in qualifying for EU, I was in testing, trying to see, like, hey, all right, if I was in EU, could I qualify? And boy, I was this track. I feel really good on this track, to be honest. I don't know if it's, I mean, this track's just really easy. I mean, other than like the first whip section's not even that hard, and the second whip section, we're gonna clone this right out. The second whip section, once you figure it out, it's really not that hard. I mean, it's hard to get like consistently, but it's not. Oh no, it's not really that bad. Oh, interesting line choice by Dockington there. Anyway, so I think I want to say I ran like a 102.9 or something, in that little, like, my practice qualifying session for EU. That was my fastest time, which I think was pretty good. I think I got my, my ideal was pretty low, but I was okay with a 102.9 with like 20 laps on the track. That's always been my biggest fear going into the Supercross season, was just my speed. Like, up until A1, I was like, man, like my race pace, like everything should be okay, but qualifying is going to be the biggest issue. Well, we'll see about that. Anyway, so then EU happens, and then I go into, after EU, there's like 2 hours, about two and a half hours for me to practice. I pretty much have to end the stream and immediately start grinding the track, which I was worried that 2 hours wasn't going to be enough, but it was, so it was plenty of time. And I don't know, going into A1, I was really nervous that, oh gosh, this 2 hours is not going to be enough. I'm going to be at like a crazy disadvantage, and yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem anymore. I pretty much felt like I had the track down pretty quick. Although I will say that little triple right there is probably the most challenging one for me, but maybe that's just because I'm a butt. Downshifting in that corner for absolutely no reason. Going to set me up horribly for that. Going to wheelie out though. So I got ready, and then NA qualifying happened, and I put down really early in qualifying. I put down a 101.7, which was pretty, or yeah, oh no, I put down a 101.9. My bad. Don't want a little fib it here, boys. 101.9, and that was my fastest lap of the day, which I've never done that in a qualifying session before. I've never, like, I've always set a faster time in testing before actually qualifying. So that was really cool for me to put, my fastest lap of the day down in qualifying was nice. And then, oh my. And then I actually was 0.8 up, and I tucked my front right there in that corner. So that's always fun. And so I was on a 101.1 going into that last corner, and I tucked my front like a bont. But I did end up qualifying, I think like 28th or 29th overall. Wasn't really too bad. They take top 40. There was like almost 300 signups. So for me to come out 28th, I was feeling really good, especially with that lap where I had 0.8 up. That if I would have ran that 101.1, that would have put me like a top 12 qualifying overall. And so I was feeling really good going into my heat. And I'm going to show you guys some clips, but my heat was absolutely chalked. Well, first of all, I'm a goon, and I forgot to pick my gate. So I had all the way outside, like far right gate pig going down the start, which on this specific start is really not great. Although I have been feeling really good on the Yamaha, and I decided that, you know, I think if I rip the outside, like if my starts have been really good. So I was thinking, man, if I could just rip the outside, I might be able to just, you know, slingshot around. Well, as you'll see here in this clip, I don't do that, and I do get a really good jump, and like there's no one around me going down the start straight. I got a really good jump, and when I cut over, you know, classic MX bikes, somebody got pushed over, and then I got yeeted, and then pretty much after that, I just, yeah. So a couple things. Okay, so highs. Okay, let's talk about highs. Highs. Qualifying time. I'm fast. Okay, we're Docking King's got this speed, you know. We can definitely qual up there, and I don't think qualifying is going to be an issue the rest of the year. Like that's something that I think I have kind of figured out is just that initial speed. Maybe I struggle here and there, but I definitely think getting into the night show should be relatively, I don't want to say easy, but it should be doable. I should be able to do it. But man, starts are an issue. Like, I guess I want to say, like, not even starts, because I feel like if I would have had if I would have not been a goober and picked a good gate, I got a really good jump on that. And I think that, you know, it's just like my opening laps are so bad. I'm such a, I don't know. I was watching Riderback, you know, from his motos, and he didn't really get the best starts either, but his ability to just like have heads up riding and avoid just the squids all around is insane. And, you know, I felt like I was running into every single person, and, you know, maybe that's just like, there might be some of that's just a kind of bad RNG, you know, but also like, I think that there's, you know, I probably could have avoided a lot of those crashes I had throughout, you know, the heat, if I would have just not sucked and just had a little bit more heads up riding. Also, like, I realized that I spent so much time in testing working on speed that something I really struggle with is E-road on Supercross. Especially on these new bikes. Like, I feel like all I've really done on these new bikes is just grind Supercross with no E-road, because I was super concerned about my my qualifying speed, you know. So all I've been trying to do is like get fast at Supercross, and I realize I've kind of neglected E-road. So as soon as E-road kicked in, I was like, wait, how do I play this game, you know? What is happening? And I started riding like a bot and making all kinds of mistakes, and I just kind of, it just did not go well. So I end up getting like 16th in my heat, which was like low-key embarrassing. And then I had to go to my LCQ, and I was like, all right, LCQ is going to be better. It was super stacked. Juice was in there. I think, I don't remember who, but I just remember Juice and a couple other people that should not have been in there, and were just like, all right, well, there's only 2 spots left, I guess, to qualify. And, you know, same kind of thing. Actually, this time I feel like I got like somewhat of a better start. And again, these opening laps and me just kind of not, you know, being good at opening laps and heads up riding. I just remember going across the first Supercross triple in like dead last. And not even just like I tipped over and everyone was right in front of me, but like the leaders had pretty much checked out, man. And they were gone. So yeah, that really was kind of a bummer. And I think I ended up coming back to like 11th or 12th in the LCQ. I did ride a lot better, but I think the major things I really need to work on E-road. And I know you're gonna be like, Doc, you're not even riding E-road right now. I know, it's because, you know what, man, my brain's not feeling very good, and it's like it's early for me right now, so we're just chilling right now, and then we'll work on E-road. Oh, I tried to wheel tap out, did not work. We'll work on E-road this week. I did do some some Ace Moto races, I think on Saturday, trying to work on E-Road, and I think the first race, I got like 12th, second race I got 8th, and then like third race I got 5th. So I've definitely starting to understand it a little bit more. But what's wild is like my pace, like if I'm chasing someone and the track's not eroded, my pace, I was hanging with Rubes for a little while. He's on a 450. You know, Casanova, Dylan Woods, like I can hang with them, and you know, they're way more consistent. So, you know, it's usually until I make a mistake. But I noticed that like in one of those Ace Motor races, I got a really good start and kind of started to check out. And then E-Road kicked in and I went from first, I think it was my first one. I went from first to 12th in that race. And then it was just like, oh my goodness, man. Like I'm so bad in E-Road. And then the other ones, I was kind of far back and I worked my way up to 8th and 5th. So I think I just need more practice. Like that's definitely something I see in myself that I just overlooked, to be honest. And I was so nervous about qualifying that I don't know, I wasn't even really thinking about the races. And I honestly kind of thought, like, I kind of thought I was going to barely qualify, like be like, you know, 39th and 40th. And so it doesn't matter if I ran a perfect race for me, I was still going to get waxed. But especially after A1, realizing like, oh my, like I think I have speed. You know, if I could figure out the E-Road thing, I think I have the speed to be a top 10 guy in 250, and I'm determined to figure it out. So yeah, I don't know, kind of a bummer A1. You know, I was pretty hard on myself, I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty upset. But at the same time, I was, you know, I think I was mostly so upset because I qualified so well. I was not expecting to qualify, you know, middle of the pack and have crashed on a lap with 8/10ths, like 8/10ths up on it. Like that was wild for me. If I would have ran that 101.1, oh my. If I would have ran that 101.1, I think I would have qualified. I was in A group. I think I would have qualified like second. That would have been wild. But so it was really encouraging to know that, like, man, I can do it. And like all this work I've been putting in on speed has definitely been helping. Now I just got to figure out how to ride an E-Road. And it really is like, I think a lot of it for me is not being afraid of the E-Road, because I you know, I was cutting underneath it. You know, cutting underneath the E-Road a lot earlier than I think I needed to. Like at some point you definitely need to like make a new line. But I was doing it lap like 3 or 4 because I was worried it was going to mess me up for my entry to the whoops or whatever. And I think that's something I was playing with Ryder a while back, and that was one of the questions that he asked me, like the track was eroded, and he was like, are you afraid of the E-Road? Because like you just need to not be, and just kind of go through it, you know, for a while. So I don't know, things to work on. Oh my, sorry camera guy, track crew's absolutely chilling right here. You're all Kevin Wyndham, just kidding. Anyway, I think that's going to be all for me on this one. I hope you guys are doing well. You know, per usual, like if you guys need something, I've been in a rut recently. I know I haven't really been uploading. I've been struggling with, you know, I don't know. There's the things, depression, all that stuff. So if I know how you guys feel, if you guys need to talk, I would love to be there for you. And I love you. Jesus loves you. And I hope that you guys have a blessed day. All right. And I'll see you. Hopefully this is San Diego this week. Hopefully we can put her in the main, you know. My goal this year, though, listen. The goal this year was just to, I just want to be in all the night shows. So like if I just qualify for night shows, I think I have to be okay with that coming out of motocross and never qualifying. So you know, stepping stones. One of my friends told me after my race that I needed to be patient with myself, and I think that was some pretty solid advice, something that I am not patient with myself. Why do I keep doing that? I have very high expectations, and so I think this is a good like learning experience for me personally. So anyway, I love you boys, and I hope you guys have a good day, and let me know if you need anything, okay? All right, watch me bike like this. Okay, bye.